In fact, just a few hours ago, this can be described in just one word, and you see it right there. A judge has now declared a mistrial in the retaliation case against Johnson County Sheriff Adam King. Jurors tell us tonight that there was one juror who did not agree with the rest on a verdict, and it was pretty clear to them that they were not going to reach a unanimous decision. Sheriff King is charged with official oppression involving alleged sexual harassment and alleged retaliation against witnesses as well. Here's what King, by the way, had to say as a new trial was talked about, just as reporters were following him out of the courthouse.
What are you hoping happens there?
Of course, not guilty. I mean, that goes without saying.
And you still maintain your innocence?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Do you feel like you're in legal limbo still?
Probably. I guess that's a good way to describe it.
And you'll continue as sheriff and continue in your role?
I'm going to do what the voters elected me to do. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
And the judge in the matter, by the way, says that he will be scheduling future hearings on this case to set a date for a new trial. Tonight marks 10 years since the ambush in Dallas that claimed the lives of these 5 officers, law enforcement officers in downtown Dallas. And tonight, as we remember them all, the fathers of Dallas police officer Patrick Zamarripa and DART officer Brent Thompson, also reflecting on that awful night, but also the unbreakable bond that they have now found in each other in the years since. Amelia McGavro with a story that you will only see here on CBS News Texas.
Rick, Sam, thank you so much for being here.
For Sam Thompson and Rick Zamarripa, they became friends in the worst way imaginable, through devastating loss. And 10 years later, that bond has only gotten stronger.
It's a bond that will always be there. And, you know, you become family. You know, I love him. Yeah. I don't know him, but I love him.
But before you understand their loss, you have to know the men and the sons they raised. See, long before Patrick Zamarripa wore a Dallas police badge, he already knew he wanted to serve others.
Next door neighbor, Fort Worth police officer. He go, Dad, when I grow up, I want to be a policeman just like Mike. He was not about 6 years old at the time. He's that high.
That childhood dream led to 8 years in the Navy, 3 tours in Iraq, and a career serving the city he loved.
And if you didn't know Pat, you met him, you want to be his friend. That's the type of person he is.
Brent Thompson's path really wasn't much different. A talented athlete, a Marine, then a DART police officer.
If Patrick and Brent had ever been together, the Trinity River would be running north, I can assure you.
When you think of Brent, when you think of Patrick, what's the first word that comes to your mind?
Mischievous.
I was calling him, when he was little, I was calling him Pelon. I mean, bald-headed, because he's bald-headed.
And like every law enforcement family, these dads spent countless nights wondering if their sons would ever make it home. Then came July 7th, 2016.
We were actually not walking too far when all of this happened. The shots rang out and there was chaos all over the place.
What began as a peaceful protest in downtown Dallas turned into an ambush. A gunman opened fire from El Centro College, targeting the officers protecting the crowd.
And then I heard there's an officer down. Now, oh no, Pat. And then next there's another officer down.
Turned the television on, and Paulette's sitting in her easy chair, and I'm sitting on my chair on the other side. And I said, there goes Brent. And about that time, we saw him get shot. And Paulette, without moving her lips, without talking, she looked at me and said, Brent's gone.
Brent Thompson, Patrick Zamarripa, and 3 other officers were all killed that night, including Michael Kroll, Lauren Ahrens, and Michael Smith.
He had 6 kids?
6 kids, and he remarried, and his wife, they had been married 12 days when he got killed. 12 days.
I couldn't cry, I couldn't scream, I just couldn't say do nothing, you know.
10 years later, the fathers say the grief still comes in the quiet moments. Birthdays, Father's Day, holidays, and family gatherings where Brent and Patrick should be there.
Has the grief gotten any easier, or is it just as poignant as that day, 7/7/2016?
Well, you learn to live with it, but you take one day at a time.
Their son's legacy continues to live on, though. Brent was posthumously awarded the Public Safety Officer Medal of Valor back in 2019, and today a bronze statue in his hometown of Corsicana stands as a lasting tribute. But both fathers say their son's greatest legacy is the people they continue to inspire.
When they sign a dotted line that says they die from you and I, they're special. They are special.
They also hope families facing unimaginable loss know they're not alone.
A lot of people, they'll commit suicide or something, in their lives. I was pretty close to that myself, because but luckily I had people pull me through it, and you gotta stay strong.
You can't go back. You can't rewind history. But tomorrow, we need to put a smile on our face and say, well, wasn't that a great meeting that we had with Rick? We will be happy with reverence, I guess, if that's a possibility. Happy with reverence.
Two fathers who've become the kind of friends only shared loss can create. And 10 years later, they're both determined to make sure their sons and every officer who gave everything are never forgotten. And as you can see behind me, Reunion Tower is lit up blue for tonight's anniversary. And the two fathers also tell me that they hope that this day isn't just about looking back, but it also reminds folks that these officers sacrificed everything. And the officers that are working right now make a lot of sacrifices. And they also hope that it leaves all of us with a little more respect for the men and women who put on the badge. Live in Dallas, Amelia McGalbro, CBS News, Texas.
Just two of the 5 families that we are thinking of tonight. Amelia, thank you so very much, and our thanks to them for opening up so graciously. Onward, the rooftop solar boom that we have seen over the last decade, maybe you've bought some. This may finally be over. More than a dozen solar companies right here in Texas and roughly 100 nationwide, we understand, have now declared bankruptcy. Customers report others have kind of quietly closed their doors. Our Andrea Lucia from the I-Team tonight looking at how that is affecting customers.
Panels are right here.
The solar panels Christina Jimenez got 4 years ago came with a warranty.
If anything goes wrong, for me to contact the installer, which would be TriSmart.
So when a panel went out last February and then another 10 stopped working in April.
But these are all the panels that are now no longer producing.
She reached out to the company by email.
13, 14.
14 times.
And multiple phone calls right here.
She says she never got through to anyone.
The party you are trying to reach is busy and cannot take your call.
We haven't had any luck either. And the internet is full of opinions on why that is.
What did they say on Reddit?
About how a lot of the employees got axed a week before Christmas and they were closing business.
TriSmart itself hasn't publicly confirmed that it's shut down, though in an email to customers in December, the CEO wrote it was making structured updates, during which he warned the main customer service line wouldn't be staffed. Online, TriSmart still looks like it's open for business, but at least 3 of the 6 executives listed haven't worked there since December, according to their own LinkedIn pages. Former Vice President of Field Operations Doug Parks wrote in January, "I'm currently furloughed as TriSmart Solar has paused business operations with no return date." Even the app Christina Jimenez uses to track her solar system lists the company as out of business.
Whether TriSmart is actually still operating or not, the bills for this solar panel system are still coming every month. Because the third-party company handling Christina's $67,000 loan is definitely still running. It's a situation a striking number of solar customers say they now find themselves in.
Is everything still okay?
That includes Christina's mother, Ana Gonzalez, in West Texas, who got her solar panels from a company called Lumio, which has since declared bankruptcy.
Nobody told us. I didn't get a letter, I didn't get a phone call, nothing.
One of her panels stopped working too.
I didn't have anybody to come help me.
Yeah, that was a year ago.
So I don't want to go through that again.
Now, on top of the monthly payments to her lender, Anna says she's shelling out $300 a year for a service plan so someone will fix her panels if they go out. And Christina says another company quoted her a $700 service fee to look at hers.
It's not even guaranteed that they could work on your equipment.
Over the last 3 years, roughly 100 solar businesses nationwide have reportedly closed, including big names here in Texas like Freedom Forever, Sonova, and Mosaic. The company declared bankruptcy.
Customer service shut down, texts shut down.
We're kind of out of luck for any sort of tech support.
When your seller goes out of business, you don't have anybody to call. You don't have anybody to come service your panels.
Attorney Neil Prevost says it's happening a lot.
One of the lenders told me in a deposition that over 40% of all of their installers have gone out of business.
Customers, he says, who are still paying off their loans are typically left with what's called a UCC lien, giving the lender a stake in their property.
I thought they had the wrong people.
Terry Pullum and his wife Misty say they thought there must be some mistake when they got a call from a solar company they'd never heard of. The panels on their home were bought and financed from Sonova. But SunStrong, they say, warned it could seize their home if they didn't start paying it instead.
They informed me that SunStrong had taken over Sonova after Sonova went bankrupt. The customer service people said if I don't pay these two bills that I'm behind and get things caught up, that they have right to foreclose on my house.
SunStrong doesn't sell panels itself. It takes over contracts from bankrupt companies. A spokesperson wrote us it keeps those systems online, productive, and delivering electricity to millions across the country. It does not, she wrote, initiate foreclosures on customers' homes, but it may hold a UCC as representation that there is an outstanding contract that needs to be settled prior to selling the home.
They just lay behind the log and wait till you sell your home.
Some customers have stopped paying.
Who in their right mind would pay for something that is absolutely not working?
It's come at a cost.
It's now showing on TransUnion, on some credit reports.
They've ruined me and my wife's credit.
Can you argue, that's not who I took a loan from, I don't need to pay you?
No, because notes are assignable. And they've just been assigned, and the assignment is legal. So you can't say, I don't know you, I'm not paying you. Oh, that'd be, I wish we could.
All these trees here blocking these panels right here, and these panels should have never been installed on this house at all.
Terry says the panels were already failing to live up to the promises Sonova made, though SunStrong says they're within the expected production range outlined in the original contract. Dealing with a totally different company now, Terry worries won't leave him any closer to getting a resolution.
I'd like to see for them to release me from the contract and come back and get them and take them off the roof and take them back with them.
Sorry, when I get upset, I get teary-eyed.
Christina wants out of her contract too, and to warn others before it happens to them.
I want reform in the solar industry so that this doesn't happen.
Christina said she regrets not reading her contract more carefully. She does plan to eventually sell her home, and that can be very complicated when you have a lien or one of these UCCs.
So the big question is, what in the world is going on where so many of these companies, the solar companies, are going bankrupt?
Yeah, well, the financing around solar has really changed. Just last year, there was a federal tax credit that got eliminated. There's also been an increase in people defaulting on their solar loans.
End of the day, what can somebody do if they're caught in this whole thing?
Yeah, well, attorney Neil Prevost, who we spoke to, said he's taken lenders to arbitration, and he has had success in getting, in some cases, contracts canceled. The alternative may be paying for a third-party warranty or service plan, like Christina and her mother.
And more money out of pocket,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Right. We don't know unless you tell us about it. Andre Lucia, I-Team, thank you.